Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to my newest Hearts of Iron 4 challenge. Don't you sometimes worry that the world has had too much food and too much hope that things can get better? Well, worry no longer because we're going to make the whole world communist. So no more food and no more hope. We're going to play as the Soviet Union and make the world communist peacefully. Well, not exactly, but essentially we're not allowed to attack anyone. I'm in mode, historical focuses and regular difficulty. Let's go. What are the rules exactly? Well, we cannot declare war on people. We can justify war goals, we can join wars, but we cannot declare wars. We can boost party popularity, we can stage coups. The only thing we're not allowed to do is declare a war. If a civil war is going on, we can join it. And what is the goal? Well, we're not going to make the whole world communist because, well, there's just so many countries that it would take forever, but I'm going to consider this a success if we can make all the major powers either be communist, be annexed or subjugated. So we need to make France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United Kingdom and the United States communist, or one of the other options that I mentioned. We are also going to bring Trotsky back. Let's start with the Stalin constitution focus. Build a lot of civilian factories in the best provinces, and pretty much everywhere else too. Produce some support equipment, some artillery, and tons of infantry weapons. Don't need any tanks, motorized or planes. We're also going to need a ton of convoys. We start with a huge army that can take out pretty much everyone in the world, but unfortunately we're not allowed to attack people. Let's keep the tanks, keep the mountaineers, and the one motorized unit we have. The rest will be switched into regular infantry, but not immediately. First, they will all be switched into cavalry. Why? Well, because I need to transport them navally and I don't have a lot of convoys, so they need to be light, even though that will reduce their experience. This is unfortunate, but necessary. Let's make sure to exercise them so they have as much experience as they can have. As for research, generic stuff, industry stuff, and infantry stuff. Also the mass assault doctrine, as it should be. Also, we need to start boosting ideology right away in 3 countries. That will be France, Italy, and Poland. Why? Because we want to get rid of Germany soon, and for that we'll need Poland, Italy, and France to be on our side. We'll take care of the rest later. And that is about it. We can unpause now and speed things up. Oh, let's also switch some tanks to cavalry. We will not need that many, and the tanks that were recovered when disbanding will be useful to reinforce the ones we have left. And that is about it, really. We will be increasing our ideology, we will be staging coups, and we will be interfering in those coups. Remilitarization of Rhineland and Stalin constitution. Let's do collectivist propaganda next. We need that for the extra stability and the extra political power. Also, let's go to war economy. It is going to boost our production significantly. I can't really afford to do any more in terms of advisors and extra stuff here. We will need that political power elsewhere. Ideally, at the start of 1937, we'll need to start staging coups in France, Italy, and Poland. So let's keep some political power in reserve. As for focuses, I'm not going to do all of them. We'll only do down to workers' culture here, down to the extra research slot here, and socialist realism, and that's it. At least until the Civil War. Let's work on getting the extra research slot now. As you can see, that extra stability has increased our political power income. The Spanish Civil War. Perfect. Let's help Republican Spain win. I'm going to send you some volunteers. How many can I send? Up to 5. Okay, let's take 5 units off. Should I send tanks or mountaineers? Both are a valid choice, but I'll send tanks. We need a use for those tanks. There you go, and let's give you Zhukov as a general. Republican Spain, here comes your salvation. Send volunteers. Georgy Zhukov. Now, we could modify the government, but I'm going to need that political power later, so let's just save it. And they have arrived. Okay, our first course of action is, well, to get you a field marshal, of course. Trotsky will do nicely. I'm also going to promote Rokossovsky. Trotsky will lead you and become aggressive. First, we are going to push here, so that we can separate the bits of Republican Spain from each other and diminish their supply. Well, we're effectively using tanks in the mountains, but this should not stop them. Also, be super aggressive. 5-year plan finished. armament effort now. There you go, they're separated. They should have limited supply now. At this point, when they're split, this should already bring Republican Spain victory, yeah, let's do our best to help them further. German volunteers. Well, they're not going to stop, the Soviet might. How's communist support doing? Well, France has a lot, Italy has a bit, and Poland, same. But Italy has too much stability for me to stage a coup there. Well, maybe it's for the better. It would be preferable if we could finish the civil war in France before we start one in Italy. So we will start staging a coup in Italy a bit later. Not sure about Poland. They tend to get a guy that makes it more difficult to stage a coup. It would be ideal to start doing it right before they get one. Extra research slot, please. Republican Spain is winning. Okay, I think it's time to start working on the coups in Poland and France. In Poland, let's do a coup in Vilno. This way we'll be able to bring them reinforcements immediately. And in France, I need a place that is relatively close in terms of naval transport. So how about... oh, wait a minute. Will I be able to get military access from Republican Spain? Yes, that will be sufficient. I'm just going to station my troops there. Which means you guys don't actually need to be cavalry. I can switch you to infantry, and even expand that infantry a bit. Coup in France will need to be centered down south. I suppose Bordeaux will be a good place to work on that. There you go. There's your coup. 2 coups simultaneously. And that is going to drain my political power, which is why I needed some reserved. Extra research slot is done. These focuses are not really worth it. We're going to do workers' culture next. And socialist realism. Actually should have started with socialist realism. We're going to need socialist realism to get some extra political power. I am still boosting popularity in France and Poland, even though I'm already staging coups, because I'm not sure if the size of the coup is based on the popularity at the end of the staging or at the beginning. So just to be safe, I'm going to continue boosting communism. How's Italian stability? Yeah, it needs to be under 80. When it reaches that, then we'll start working on a coup there as well. We do have a lot of support equipment and towed artillery stored. Let's modify our infantry template. Give them engineer and recon companies. End of the Spanish Civil War, and we won. Now socialist realism and then workers' culture. Yay, Republican Spain. Since we do have military access through there, I can actually station my troops in Republican Spain. Wait a minute, I do have military access. Why can't I go there? Why are you not moving? Do I need to do it manually? Let's cancel your orders and move everyone to Leningrad. How many armies do we want to send there? I suppose I'll send 5 full armies. We'll train in new ones for Poland. 120 units. Let's train some cavalry. We're going to switch them into infantry later. Can I start the coup in Italy yet? Not yet. A couple of units are still on their way, but let's take the ones that are already in Leningrad and send them to Spain manually. Socialist realism and finally workers' culture. And that's the last focus we're going to do, at least until our own civil war. All of you are in position. There might be some supply troubles, but nothing too serious. How long until the coup is complete? Well, we're halfway there. How about Italy? Amelia disappears. Poor Amelia. Okay, what's going on here? Chiang Kai-shek. Do we care? Not really. I suppose another bourgeois enemy meets his end. That's fine. And German-Soviet treaty. This is not the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact yet. So we can sign it. We've killed Chiang Kai-shek. And here's workers' culture. Let's do mass mobilization. We want to get powerful quick. And that's the best way to do that. And no more focuses, at least for a while. I'm still not going to start working on the United Kingdom and Japan yet, because I need to have some political power banked. We'll do that once France and Poland are in civil war. Communist China joins the Japanese alliance. Not really a problem. You guys are mostly trained up. You don't need to exercise anymore. What you need to do is divide yourself into armies. Our first army group, led by Trotsky. Can you guys distribute yourselves around here? No, not really. I have to do everything manually, don't I? Well, that's a pity. Each army to a different port. Hopefully this way you can get some more supplies your way. Zhukov, you are going to be next to Poland. Let's go for 2 full army groups. Should be sufficient. From Spain we move to France, from France to Italy. Speaking of Italy, are you ready to be cooled yet? No, not yet. Hopefully we can deal with Italy before Germany gets them into the Axis. I think it's time to start working on the United Kingdom, United States, and Japan. And if we run out of political power, I can always pause those activities for a while. Let's deploy all these cavalry units. Rokossovsky, aggressive, offensive, and charismatic. We will have to deal with the civil war soon, but we are perfectly capable of doing that. And this worries me a bit. Oh, 2019, 18 more days until the coup. Let's make sure to have some more units ready for Poland. The civil war is about to start. This is a delicate operation, so let's speed it down. Okay, slow it down. Anyway, this happened. Polish People's Republic has rebelled, and so has the French Commune. This is perfectly fine. I'm going to invite both of them to my faction. It's important that the allies do not get involved. Unpause for an hour. They have both accepted. And now I need to join their wars, but I can't do that because of how low the world tension is. However, if I start justifying on the United States just for an hour, that's going to bring the world tension up significantly. And now I can join their wars. Join this war and join this war. Slow it down a bit. 1 hour has passed, we have joined both those wars. And now I need to cancel that war goal, because we don't want the world tension to be that high. Because the Allies, for example, could get involved. We wouldn't want that, would we? Now, the French troops and the Polish troops will probably do absolutely nothing to help themselves, and we will have to do all the work, but that's fine. See, the world tension is back to 23, so nobody should cause us any trouble. And France hasn't joined the Allies yet. They haven't done go with Britain, so we are safe on that front as well. Should I make them aggressive? Yes, I should. Now, Poland. Can't really get any troops to Kraków and the surrounding area, but that should not matter that much once we start our invasion from here. And again, this is not an offensive war. We have not attacked anyone. What we did is offer to help our friends. All of these units are cavalry, so they're very weak, but there's a ton of them. We should be able to beat Poland. Make sure you're aggressive as well. Okay, go, and let's see where that gets us. The most important bit is that our allies do not get defeated too quickly. Let's try and monitor both those wars at the same time. You guys are on your way, and so is the other group. Now, the thing that worries me is that our friends could theoretically surrender when Kraków is taken. Let's see how many victory points Vilno has. Just 1. Oh, crap. They might be about to surrender now. Crap. Oh, no. No, it's actually not a problem, because we're still in this war. So them capitulating doesn't really matter. We can still make it work. Well, good thing we joined the war immediately. Although now we have to do all the work. How's France? Much better. We're winning the French Civil War. Okay, can I finally work on Italy yet? No. And I don't think I'll be able to do that in time. No matter, at least we will have Poland. France is about to be defeated. That is great. France was annexed by the French Commune, who is now part of our alliance. Good. And all the cavalry here should probably be switched to infantry now. Don't really have a lot of equipment, but they should be more effective. I suppose I could work on boosting popularity in Germany as well, because having a civil war in Germany could be helpful. Oh, come on, I still can't stage a coup. It's already February 38. We might have to just defeat them the old-fashioned way, but at least now France is not going to be stupid and die. Are we doing in Poland? Well, we don't really have a lot of equipment, so we're not doing great, but we're doing something. Oh, and France is helping. We're not in a rush with Poland. The important bit is that we get them before Germany attacks them, and that they don't join the Allies or anything like that. Mongolian troops. Cool. They have German and Italian volunteers, which is why this is all progressing so slowly. I think it's time to start working on some military factories. We seem to have broken the Polish resistance, and we are moving in quickly. Losing a lot of manpower because we don't really have equipment for those troops, but it's all going to be worth it. Okay, Communist China took 2 states. Cool. And we're almost done with Poland. Oh, I used up almost all my manpower on Poland. Well, let's go to limited conscription then. Yeah, that's because I didn't have equipment for all those troops, so they kept dying. I was a bit careless here. Perhaps I should have kept them as cavalry, or just sent a couple of units here, not all of them. The Munich Agreement. Czechoslovakia is being disintegrated. Well, we could have saved you, I suppose, but you might have agreed to the German demands anyway, which would make all that a wasted effort. We can invite Communist China to our faction. We could, but I do have other things to worry about. We will deal with Japan in a different manner. Perhaps now? Finally. Okay, Poland is our ally. We're going to save you from Germany. You know what, I might insta-coup Italy if we can get Trotsky quickly. Because Trotsky and some focuses, namely NKVD and Permanent Revolution, let you just click the button and the coup is on the way. Also working on military factories now. I do need those guns. Chinese Empire was puppeted. Again? Oh right, Communist China became Chinese Empire, that's fine. We do still have quite a lot of time before the Germans attack. Let's use that to train up our troops, and so on. Permanent Revolution, yes, we do need Trotsky. Come back quick. A civil war will break out. Hopefully the troops we have here will be sufficient to win it. Japan attacked Xinjiang. We could get Xinjiang as an ally, but again, I have different plans for Japan. Come on, Trotsky, where are you? Well, we have researched the better guns of the famous Pepesha. Oh, justification of a war goal? Ah, fate of Czechoslovakia. Why does that count as a justification against Poland? Oh, just, oh, you're justifying on them normally. Oh, didn't expect that. Still, not a problem. It's gonna take you a long time to get that. Trotskyist coup. Wonderful. This is exactly what we want to happen. Good. Alright, how many troops do I have left? The army's disintegrated, but I kept all of my troops. Is that because they were in foreign territory? Possibly. Well, that's great then. Let's reform our armies and get this civil war over with quickly. Oh, Rokossovsky actually has a higher level than Tuachevsky, and he has the logistics thing. Cool. But I lost Zhukov. That's unfortunate, but not really a problem. Let's use a field marshal level order. This is going to be a quick and easy war. Attack and be super aggressive. Now, the rest of you, we have 120 units in France. So that's another army group. I didn't realize that having them in foreign territory is going to have the same effect as having them at sea. This is actually quite helpful. And let's start the focus. Oh right, I need to unpause for a moment. The Great Purge should get bypassed now. Yes, we did bypass that. Let's do NKVD primacy. Oh, my political actions have stopped. Let's resume them. Germany, Italy, United Kingdom, United States, and Japan. Oh, I can actually invite my allies into the civil war. Could be helpful, but it's hardly necessary. Let's not. Very quick, and very easy, apparently. Okay, good. See, essentially, Trotsky doesn't have a very good skill. Political power gain is reduced, and so is the war goal justification, but subversive activities cost minus 30%. This further reduces it by 50, which is minus 80%, and if we do this one as well, that will be minus 100%, which makes it free, and also instant. We're doing Pact of Steel. I think that is when they join the Axis, which means we won't be able to insta-coup them, or rather we will be able to do that, but it won't bring us the desired result. Still, we can use that while we're fighting the Germans. It will make everything easier. Okay, the Civil War is over. I started preparing to fight Germany, so I just made some orders and sent my troops to the front lines. Also, we are working on Trotsky's specialized focus, which will let us do instant coups. I'm gonna make everyone cautious, and I'm not going to activate any of the attack orders. Why? Well, because we want the Germans to try and attack us and lose their equipment and manpower, and also I want to make sure I have enough guns to do whatever I need to do. Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact? No, thank you. Italy joins Axis, which is unfortunate, but also inevitable. See, France can't defend themselves, of course, because they're France, but with our help, they should have an easy time. doing that. Same goes for Poland, I hope. Our political power is crap, but it is acceptable, and Japan keeps attacking people. Not my problem. Luxembourg joins the Allies, and the Germans are at war with the Allies. They're also going to attack us soon, and we can't do lessons of war yet. Okay, let's not do a focus. Perhaps we'll go to full mobilization. Belgium joins the Allies, being attacked by the Germans, and the Germans have attacked Poland. I am not involved in the war. Let's join it immediately. They are going to need my help. Join wars, please. German-British War. Okay, so those were merged. That's not a problem. We're now at war with Germany and Italy. We're also not participating in any attacks. It's not time yet. We're just going to sit here and be defensive about it. But the Polish have a different idea. Okay, you go and attack Germany. I'm going to defend your borders in the meantime. We'll do that. Our manpower will go down, but we can always do... which one is that? Women in the workforce. 100 political power. We'll get that shortly. And then our manpower is back to normal. See, I could do an instant coup on Italy right now, but my stockpile of infantry weapons is not good enough to do that. We are under attack, but we are holding our ground almost everywhere. Let's just let the Germans attack. If we have to retreat a bit, that's fine. Let's see how many troops they lost. Well, that's not a huge amount of troops, but it is increasing steadily. Let's just take over Königsberg, shall we? That's better. The Germans are losing a lot of people, and they are attacking Scandinavia as well. We are good on equipment, finally. Now, once we have a big stockpile, I can do an instant coup in Italy. Hungary joins the Axis. We are prepared for that. Why is that decision? Women in the workforce, please. They have advanced a little bit into Poland, but it costs them so much. Well, it's not exactly 40-1, but almost. Ah, Denmark is actually pushing into Germany. It might be time. Let's start with Italy. Stage a coup. Let's make sure we have the stockpile of weapons that is necessary. 40,000 infantry weapons. Stockpiled, okay. Now, should we do Sicily or Piedmont? Let's try and do Naples. Can we do that? No, but we could do Calabria. You know what? Okay, let's try and do Sicily. This way they will be kind of sandwiched. This will happen in one day. I will then send this army down there to help. There it is. There's the coup. Italian Union declared war on Italy. Oh, you got way more territory than I expected you to. And you want to join my faction. Yes, please. I would also like you to... I would also like to join your wars. We do participate in your wars already, do we? Let's make sure to call you to arms, so we're all in the same wars. Okay. Half of you go up here. Half of you go down here. And you also need to take care of the Germans down in this area, but the Italians seem to be doing that themselves. In the meantime, the Second Army will try to have a naval transport down this way. Then we'll do a similar thing to Germany. And since the Italians don't really seem to have a defense here, I might want to activate these orders immediately. And you guys can actually sail safely. This should let us take out Italy quickly and relatively easily. We are attacking them from all the sides, after all. Yeah, actually going pretty well. Well, they did have a lot of communist support. I was working on that for 4 years. The correct form of what I just said should have been, I have been working on that for 4 years. Doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, we're about to take over Italy. It will be time to deal with Germany momentarily and move towards Rome. Italy has capitulated. Who did that go to? Controller, Italian Union. Is this under British control? You know, it doesn't really matter. The Italian Union is on our side. Yes, it's British. Let's make sure we can get some military access from them. And that would be the perfect opportunity to use Order 66. However, we're not going to use that in this playthrough. Ooh, interesting. Republican Spain wants to join. Yes, please, and would you mind joining our war? See, Germany doesn't really stand a chance, but let's not activate our orders against them just yet. Let's make sure to converge all our troops. Do we want a civil war in Germany, or do we just want to beat them? The civil war could be more beneficial to us. Just have to play it smart. This seems like a good spot to start. Württemberg, sure. Let's stage a quick coup in Württemberg. We don't need to rule them, we just need them to be communist. Let's slow the game down a bit. We must make sure to have them in our faction. Yeah, right? Oh! Cool, that's a lot of territory Socialist Republic of Germany got. I was expecting less. Great! Please join my faction. And let's join our forces and destroy the Germans together. Time to rearrange our forces. Also, we are almost done with all our doctrine research, which is making us very powerful. We are set on cautious, we don't want to waste manpower and resources. Also, we are not in a hurry. We will win eventually. Oh, wait a minute. Take Luxembourg. Did the Socialist Republic of Germany get a lot of troops? They have 59 divisions. That's quite a lot, actually. We're about to take Munich, and then a lot of forces will be free to intervene. And Adolf is about to be taken care of. Since this is essentially won already, let's check on the communist support in the United Kingdom, United States, and Japan. Yeah, we're gonna need to wait some more for this to work. Frankfurt? Is that correct? I don't know. I learned German for a long time at school, but haven't really used it in many, many years. And Hungary has surrendered. Okay, why is Germany not capitulating yet? Do I need Vienna? Probably need Vienna. Berlin has been taken a long time ago. Germany has capitulated. Okay, what happened here? Why can't I take anything from Germany? Is that because it's a civil war? Will Socialist Germany automatically get everything here? Let's pass a few times so we have enough points to do what we need to do. Puppet Slovakia and Puppet Hungary. That's it for now. That does it. So what happens with Germany? Italy was annexed by the Italian Union, and Germany was annexed by the Socialist Republic of Germany. So we're not their overlord, they're not our puppet, but they are communist, and they are in our faction. So we have flipped Germany, Italy, and France to communism. We still need United Kingdom, United States, and Japan. Let's have a look at the factions map mode. Cool, we rule Europe essentially. United States are still neutral. Perhaps we can have them flip to communism peacefully. They are going to have an election soon. Leon Trotsky's World Revolution. This is how you do it. More or less. We could of course do more countries, but we don't need to switch everyone to communism, just the majors. Ah, the officers purged thing has expired. Czechoslovakia has been released and is democratic. You will have a hard time surviving here. But I'm going to allow this. Feeling generous today. You know what, we should probably deal with Japan now. Because if we don't, they're going to attack people soon. Let's send all of you down here. You're going to suffer some attrition, but that's not really a big problem. No, I forgot to give them skills. Well, that was a bit of a mistake, but not a huge one. Let's take all of our navy, which is not very big, and send it over here. Again, the coup is going to be instant, so we have to be prepared. King Carl II abdicates. Do we care? Not really. We're not concerned with Romania in this game. Our troops have arrived, and the rest of you should probably prepare, because if we're at war with them, we might need to at least hold the border here. Let's send you all to the Sea of Japan to do convoy escort. At least all of you that can actually reach it. We want to do something that will have a nice port that we can enter. For example, Kansai. This has a perfect port for our purposes. Good, let's do it. Slow the game down, we need to invite them to our faction immediately and then join the war. But we can actually join the war after we transport our troops there. The coup? Japanese People's Republic, I hope you have a lot of troops, because you surely don't have a lot of territory. Let's invite you to our faction. Unpause for an hour. Perfect. How many troops do you have? Enough. You have enough troops to secure the area until my troops come. Everyone here, please. And since we are not at war with Japan at the moment, we should not be harassed when trying to transport. Call to arms, yes, they have all joined, but I'm of course going to accept this call to arms once we transport our troops onto their territory. Yeah, some Soviet soldiers in Japan, nothing to worry about, just a couple, 100,000 people. They're right, they have arrived. It is time to join this war. Sure, I will accept all these calls to arms, because, I mean, it's the same call to arms, doesn't really matter. So, Tuachevsky will take care of the land. Don't be too aggressive, we don't want to lose too many troops. And Rokossovsky will take care of the home islands. You can actually easily defeat the Japanese with nukes in this game, but we don't need to do such a horrible thing. A lot of Russian troops is just as good as a couple of nukes. Activate all the orders, And this time I'm actually going to make you aggressive. You don't really have good supply, so you need to act fast. Oh, logistics wizard. That seems like a brilliant idea. Attack the Japanese, please. Shouldn't take you too long. Yunnan has capitulated. How are things on the continent? Good. Lend-Lease, thank you. Nagasaki is almost ours. This is going quickly. A little slower over here. It's better defended, but to be honest, there's absolutely no chance they can stand against our might. Let's see, how many troops did we send to Japan? Total manpower, 1 million. Just 1 million Russians in Japan. That should do the trick. See, we're not really taking over any territory. All we are doing is making them our friends. Our hungry communist friends. Tokyo is taken. Japan capitulates. Okay, cool. This is automatically taken over by our new Japanese friends, because it's a civil war, but we can actually take some territory. Do we want to? I suppose. Actually, the best thing to do would be to shadow puppet everyone and then take all the territory and release communist China. Let's do that. Done. What's this? Shangqian State. Not a problem. Now, I could release China and have infinite manpower. I already have a lot of manpower. We could do that, though. And now, Japan is our friend, of course. Hopefully, they will not attack our other friends, the friends that we want to flip to our ideology. But if it happens, we'll deal with it somehow. Is it time to stage a communist rebellion in Los Angeles and, end all that American freedom stuff? The election happened and they did not become communist. Oh, I can't stage a coup because they have too much stability. Let's send you to Northern France so we can be ready to invade Britain when that becomes an option. Japan doesn't exist, so they won't be able to attack Japan anymore. We do exist and they should be able to attack us. However, this requires us to be fighting Germany, so that's not going to work either. How about this one? The UK would need to not be democratic, so essentially the United States can't do anything to us. The United States do have the preemptive intervention focus, though. If they do that, that would put them at war with Venezuela. In that case, their stability will go down, and then I can start doing my coup. And I think we can do a similar thing with the United Kingdom, because they do have some focus that will put them at war with, for example, Iraq. Well, eventually they will do a focus that will put them at war, and I think it is true for both United Kingdom and United States. So, yeah, we'll be fine. Just need some patience. Hungary demands stuff. Do we care? Not really. Our friends here have a lot of troops. That is great news. I might have a use for those later. There's another thing I could do. I could stage a coup in another country within the Allies and then help the people that are, affected by the coup. That would put me at war with Britain. That's not necessarily something we want to do, but it is an option. Let's see who we could affect with that. Not a lot of people, honestly. Perhaps Belgium if we increased communist support there. Hungary proclaims Greater Hungary. Greater than what? I wonder, we're almost in 1944. Maybe they will just flip to communism through elections. That would be cool. But it should work in Belgium. Rebellions in the Americas. Okay, cool. Good to know. Brazilian Socialist Republic. I didn't do that. It's a pity they don't want to join me. Oh! When did that happen? Cool. Hey, wanna be friends? We are now brothers in communism. Okay, that worked out. Didn't expect it to, but it did. Can we have the same happen in the United Kingdom? They're about to have an election, and there's more communist support than, democratic support. So this might actually work out. Of course, if it doesn't, we do have a backup plan in place. You can do War Plan Red now. Which one is that? United Kingdom. Oh, they are going to attack the United Kingdom. That is perfect, because the UK will be at war, and that means we will be able to do a coup there, then ally the new country that is created, and then probably also invite the Communist States of America to our faction, thus completing the communist world domination. Let's just wait for the election and see what happens. And let's research nuclear bombs. Not that I'm gonna need them, but it's good to be able to build nuclear weapons. Option number 1 is they just flip peacefully at the next election, which might happen because they have 51% communist support and only 45% democratic support. If that doesn't happen, then I think the communist states of America will attack them, because they can follow this path. It's going to take them a while to finish the focus. Then if that doesn't happen for some reason, we can stage a coup in one of their allies and get involved that way. Or finally, if that doesn't happen, we can wait for them to attack some people, like for example, Iraq. In order for them to be able to attack Iraq, Iraq needs to have some support for other parties. You know what, I am going to actually increase party popularity of communism in Iraq. Does that count for them to be able to attack Iraq? Yes, yes it does. Okay, so this is our plan D. Bottom line is just a bit of patience and we will defeat them. Okay, what happened here? Communist States of America declared war on Chile. Not my problem. Legionary Romania seeks to join the Commonwealth. Sure. Yes, not a problem. Okay, the election happened and they have flipped to communism. Well, I didn't expect that to work, but great. They still have the Allies faction, so we cannot invite them to our own faction. But hey, we did it. Okay, and the last part was not as exciting as the first part, but that was a clear goal. Also, now, let's wait a bit longer, because now all the other countries should start leaving the Allies. Since their ideology is no longer in line, some countries should start leaving Allies, see? The Allies have disintegrated. They're only allied with their puppets and Brazil. We have actually achieved our objective, because the objective was to turn all the major power communist. We have Socialist Republic of Germany, we have Japanese People's Republic, French Commune, Italian Union, Soviet Union of course, Union of Britain, and the Communist States of America. All the major powers in the world now follow the ideology of communism. Success! Things are now horrible everywhere. We have achieved our goal. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little challenge. It's a bit different, no conquering stuff. Let me know how you like this type of video. And yeah, that is it for today. Also, make sure to let me know what challenge I should do next in the comments, because I don't think I have any good ideas for next week. Well, I have one, but it's one I keep in reserve. So if you have something cool to suggest, make sure to let me know. Okay, as I said, that is it for today, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.